Okay, a little bit now about complex lipids, and really not going to attempt to cover all the possibilities. I want to focus in on a group of compounds called lipoproteins. And the term lipoprotein implies, here we see the word lipoprotein, a combination of lipid and protein. And they're broken down here in this drawing to four levels. The first is the chylomicron. Chylomicrons have a phospholipid layer around the outside. Phospholipids, you hopefully recall, make up cell membranes. Membranes are made of two layers of phospholipid, hence the term the phospholipid bilayer. Chylomicrons will usually have some protein associated with them, and that's what this purple blob is supposed to represent over here. Only about 1% of the total mass of this thing is protein. Inside the chylomicron, you find triglycerides. You'll also find a small percentage of cholesterol. That's illustrated by this. But about 90% of the mass of a chylomicron is triglycerides. This is the major way that triglycerides that have been absorbed from the intestine, from the food that you eat, are transported through the body. Now, two that you've probably heard the most about are LDL and HDL, which stands for low-density lipoprotein and high-density lipoprotein. You've probably heard of these referred to as good cholesterol, HDL, and bad cholesterol, LDL. Those aren't really good, accurate terms because an LDL molecule is not cholesterol. It has cholesterol in it. In fact, it is the major way that cholesterol is transported through the blood. About 45% of the mass of an LDL molecule is cholesterol. HDL only has about 20% by mass cholesterol. But you see the difference is in the number of these protein molecules. So a higher degree of protein makes the thing more dense. It becomes a high-density lipoprotein. About 45% protein here, only about 20% cholesterol, 5% triglycerides, and about 30% phospholipid. The density of these can be up to about 1.2 grams per mole. Grams per milliliter. Water has a density of 1 gram per milliliter. So these are more dense than water. The chylomicrons, on the other end of the spectrum, are less dense than water, in around the range of 0.9 grams per milliliter. Now, VLDLs, very low density lipoproteins, you'll notice to try to give you a visual here, they've drawn 3 protein molecules in it, 4 in the LDL, 5 in the HDL. So they are very low density. They're about the same density as water. They've got only 14% cholesterol, 60% triglyceride. They're still a pretty important triglyceride transport mechanism. The two you hear about, LDL, HDL, yes, there's some cholesterol inside both of those. LDL has the highest percentage of cholesterol and is the main way of transporting cholesterol in our bloodstream. Only about 20% of an HDL complex is cholesterol. It has more protein, 45% to only 25% in the LDL. So when you hear someone speak of cholesterol, total cholesterol, and then LDL and HDL, if they're referring to that as bad cholesterol, good cholesterol, again, not exactly accurate. It is better to have a greater percentage of HDL and lesser amounts of LDL in circulating blood. So that is it for the lipoproteins. That's basically all I want to say about those. This illustration is from an older edition of the Denniston General Organic Biochemistry text that I use for Chemistry 105. They don't have all of these drawings in the text anymore. I wish they did. I had to go digging to find this. But that is it for the lipoproteins, and that means that's it for the skinny on fats. I hope you found this to be informative and hopefully a little bit interesting. That's it.